GBTV, the truth lives here.
One mind, one heart, one body. Saving the country. One person, one family, one entrepreneur, one town at a time. I have a new dream.
Beck in 3, 2, 1.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your nice warm welcome. It is not what I'm used to, especially in New York or Chicago. And this is the second time I have spoken in Chicago in the last few months, and it's great to be here, kind of in the belly of the beast. Isn't it great? You know, I have to tell you, I was thinking about it today, that if you think about how long these people have worked for this moment, for decades, they have been working to undermine everything in our country, our education system, our economy, everything. They have plotted and planned, and then you show up. To think that these guys are professional organizers, that they have all the money in the world and they can print more. And I gotta be honest with you, I mean, look at us. We're a bunch of slubs. And we're driving them out of their minds. The best thing for us to ever happen to the progressive movement is the fact that they just don't believe in the average American. Because they don't believe in you, they never saw you coming. And may I just say, just wait. First of all, I want to say, where's Jack? Jack Rosen. Jack, I gotta tell you something. My goal when I'm your age is to be you. I looked at the people sitting at my table, I said, when I'm his age, I'm gonna tear them up. Except I have to tell you, as a man with a suit and tennis shoes doesn't really work. I want to tell you that I have tremendous respect for Herman Cain. He, out of all of the people, because I believe all of them but one promised that they would either be in Israel with me or, promised whatever. But out of all of them, only Herman Cain attended and stood with me in Israel. Quietly standing because he believes it, and I have to tell you, I believe that the Lord blesses those who bless Israel, and I believe he's being blessed. Will you do me a favor before we get started here, and if you have served your nation, will you please stand up? And I don't think a single person here will take offense to this that just stood. every single person in this room should have stood up. Because in one way or another, we're all serving our nation now. We're all serving our nation. And quite honestly, I just hired a guy on GBTV. His name is Raj Nair. And he was sitting in my office. And the reason why I hired him is because he gave me an idea of something. I said, what are you passionate about? What is it that really drives you? And he said, and he was at ESPN at the time. He's done ESPN. He's like 24 years old and like really good looking and just like God gave him too much. It's really kind of handsome. But he was sitting in my office and he said, you know what? I've been at the red carpet. I've been to all the big sporting events. And he said, my life is empty. And he said, I'll tell you what drives me is I want to correct this. I want to expose this. And I said to him, you know what, Mr. Nair? They'll kill you if you do that. And he said, I understand. But let me tell you something. If you're not risking your life for what you believe now, you're probably on the wrong side. Came up, Linda just wrote me a note, and it just says this: thank you for your courage, Glenn. Let me tell you that before I started tonight, I met a few people, and Denise, who runs the Tea Party in Illinois.
Patriot.
She said to me words that I have said to myself 100 times. I'm afraid. I don't want to do this. Denise, we're all together. None of us really want to do what we're doing now. We all have other lives we planned. We all would rather just spend our time with our families. And we all are out of our element. Thank you for your courage.
Amen.
Let me start with this. Guy goes to the doctor. The doctor says, I'm sorry to tell you this, but you need a brain transplant.
The liberal.
And it's no longer covered. This is about a year and a half down the road, Obamacare. He says, but we can take care of it. But the thing is, you have to make one choice. After you've decided to do it, you have to just tell me and we can work it out. I can transplant the brain for $10,000, or I can transplant the brain for $250,000. Guy says, well, what's the difference? He said, well, I can give you a conservative libertarian brain. It'll cost you about 10 grand. Or I can give you a progressive brain for $250,000. The guy said, well, how come the libertarian brain's only $10,000? He said, well, because that one's used. What I'd like to do tonight is ask you to rack up the miles on the brain a little bit tonight. It's an election year, and I've been asked tonight to speak on the election. But I have news for you. I have nothing to tell you on the election. I have no idea who to tell you to vote for. I have no idea who to tell you to trust. Because I don't trust any of them either. I don't trust any of them. I like a few of them. I hope they're going to be okay. But I have absolutely no idea. I can't honestly even say to you tonight to trust yourself. Because I don't know if you've done the work that I'm still trying